out on this rainy day. Today is a really important day, and it really takes a lot for us to be out here. We know it's probably some people that are still on their way here, and because of the rain, they'll probably be delayed a little bit. But I just really want to say thank you, for everybody being here today. And today's a really special day. Today, as we're all joining here together today we're gonna, we're celebrating and just thinking about an historic fight that happened over 30 years ago. And we're also going to be talking about our contract campaign that's going to be expiring at the end of this year. About 30 years ago, it started off in Pittsburgh, and over 400 cleaners stood up for their rights when big businesses and contractors thought that they were going to be able to cut their wages. And those workers stood up, and for 18 months they walked the picket line. This year alone, for the next 2 years, we have over 130,000 janitors in 33 cities who will be bargaining for the next 2 years for a contract to be able to raise their wages and wages that will be able to support their families. Not only that, but be able to go to the bargaining table and be able to try to get some type of health care, either affordable health care or get them health care, because there's a lot of people right now in not only here in the state of Delaware, but in this country who don't even have health care. So before I go into more detail, and I want to just thank not everybody also that's here, but I also want to give a special thanks to, we have friends at 32 BJ who are here with us today, and I want to be able to give the mic to our Newcastle County Executive.
Thank you all for coming out here and fighting for your right to have a livable wage and benefits. Delaware, like the rest of the country, the 1% has stolen the standard of living. It used to be called trickle-down economics. People don't call it that anymore because it is a failed concept. That concept is, let's make more rich, and the more richer they get, the money will trickle down to the people like you and others. It's not happening. Delaware, in fact, if you go to The Economist magazine, says Delaware, the first state, is now the last state in wages. The last state when it comes to taking home salaries. Far behind that of New Jersey. So what has to happen is, although we have one of the lowest unemployment rates, so you would look at that and say, boy, with all this low employment rate, we must be doing good. We're not doing good. I don't have to tell you all that you can't afford hardly a house, a home, a car, raise a family. And that's new in the last 15 years. As many of the people in our Senate are the 1%, many of these corporations don't care about where you live or what you do or where they locate. And it's just outstanding to see a grassroots support like that. We can all take a lesson from Henry Ford. Henry Ford, back in the 1910s, 20s, he was building a car, he was paying his employees $1 an hour. And he couldn't keep his employees, like Amazon is doing right now. But when he paid them $5 an hour, he couldn't get rid of them. And they bought the cars, and thus became the middle class. If we don't build a middle class, this country will perish, or there's going to be a revolution. And right now, we don't have a middle class. And no one seems to be listening. Delaware's in trouble in the city. The shootings, the crime is largely because of no middle class. No opportunity. Nothing but the street is hiring and paying good salary. So I commend you all for taking this fight on, because anybody that works hard like you do deserve not to live in poverty. So you can count me in on any of your rallies or speeches or whatever I can do to help you, because it starts here with you all. As I've said, the middle class has disappeared. It has been eviscerated. And you're going to hear more and more about it in the future. And it doesn't seem like anybody in Washington is paying attention. But keep growing your cause. There's many of you, and it's going to take many of you to convince the power in the elite that without a middle class, they can't have their money. So thank you all for letting me come here and speak.
I'm here fighting because us commercial cleaners deserve more. We need more. I'm fighting for higher wages for us. $15 an hour is what we deserve.
Yes.
You know, we work for some of the most prestigious buildings in the area. Big businesses are making lots of money, but none of that money's trickling down to us. I work with a lot of people that still struggle on making their ends meet. I don't think it's too much to make $15 so we can all work just one good job and be with our families. Keep our kids off the streets. You know, like party time like we used to have. You know, each parent had a job. We sat home. We had dinner together. You know, crime is going up since kids don't have these opportunities anymore. You know, like the gentleman said earlier, the streets are paying more money than we're earning here at real jobs. So we need to earn our dignity back. With $15, we can make a lot out of that. Like I said, pride with our families, special time with them, get the kids off our streets, and it could even possibly, like I said, lower crimes, and you know, special bonding time with everybody, like we used to have. You know, and I also would like our part-time workers to have the opportunity to receive full-time hours, if they would like that, and health benefits if possible. You know, so, like I said, I would like the wages to be raised for not only your children, my grandchildren. So, like I said, we need to fight together and fight for 15. Daisy was saying, 30 years ago, this all started back with Pittsburgh. 25 years ago, continuing on with Los Angeles. We're standing on these people's shoulders of the brave women and men that fought for us beforehand. We're also just as determined as they are to continue this fight for the 15 so we can support our own families as well and bring back the middle class. Thank you.
Been involved in civil rights a long time. I grew up in a union family, so I know the importance of being unionized, to have a fair shot, to get good wages and benefits. So, you know, I'm here with the gentleman that I work for him, but also on an individual basis. You know, I support what you're doing, and only people who are organized and who are willing to stand up, those are the people who get something. So I'm proud of you, proud to stand here with you and just keep rumbling. There's going to be times when it gets rough. There's going to be times where people try to pick you apart, try to break you apart, try to pick one of you and give you something to pull away from the rest of it. Don't go for that stuff, because at the end of the day, that doesn't work in the long run. So stick together, be united, and you know, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.